Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page, every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having a great weekend thus far. Kicking it off by sleeping in on Saturday morning. Okay, y'all, it is a beautiful day here. I wanted to tune in for a little bit before I start getting my day started. Just cooked some breakfast. I said, you know what? We're going to have like a kind of a laid back type of live, kind of like a mental health check-in as well. We'll do a little thinking. Also, not too much, okay, on this Saturday morning. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live, okay? Now, before we get started, let's see who we have here so far. Also, this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. All right, let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Sheila, welcome, sis. Thank you for joining and thank you for being first in the building. Mama 80s is in the building. Welcome. Hey, my sis Monica is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Spilling the grits. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Deidre, welcome, sis. Life as Nakisha is in the building. Thank you for joining. Hey, the highest point is in the building. Welcome. Hey, Roger, thank you for tuning in. Mama Magazine is in the building. Welcome, Queen. Thank you for joining. Hey, Sugar Mama Main is in the building. Welcome, sis. Hey, HGY. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey, my sis Shelly Shells is in the building. Okay, come on now. You are up early. Hey, Sonia, welcome. My sis Shamika is in the building. Thank you for coming up on the panel yesterday as well. Okay, hey, Kiki, welcome, sis. Lena is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hey, Jameli, is it Jameli? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Peace to you. Or is it Jamel? I hope I'm saying it right. But thank you for tapping in. Okay. Now, y'all, we're going to get into a few things this morning. First of all, I want to see how are you all doing? Okay, and I genuinely mean that because y'all, it has been a lot. We have been thinking through a lot with this case. There are multiple cases going on, and just sometimes we have to do. And Shelly is really good about doing this with her channel as well. Sometimes we just got to check on our people. Okay, because this has been a lot. I know yesterday I had to sit and just think to myself, I was jotting some notes. I actually went back to one of the interviews with WH, which is, the judge's son. Child, we got to start talking in codes. And I put on the transcripts, and I forgive me to all of my fellow visual learners, I apologize. Okay, because when we went through that interview, I should have had that on. Because when I actually looked at it, because I'm a visual learner, I got so much out of that interview that I missed. A lot of the things by me just listening to it. Yeah, I heard some of the main points, but when you read it too, you can really get more info than what I think we've been really tapping into with that interview. Hey, user, welcome. I love the laughter we do here. Okay, come on now. Y'all know we're going to cut up. Hey, Ray Ray, welcome, sis. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, you keep it serious but fun. I love that about your streaming. Thank you so much, user. I appreciate that. Okay, I really do. Because sometimes some people don't like the fun part or the funny. They want you to just be serious all the time. But laughter is like a medicine. And sometimes you just have to laugh to keep from crying. Okay. Hey, Darlene, welcome. I'll be transparent. I had a little moment this morning. Okay. Then my husband, he turned on Wild 'N Out, with Nick Cannon, sat there for a little bit and watched some of that, and I started feeling better and things like that, because y'all, it's just sometimes life on top of the other things that we're hearing with these cases. Sometimes it just seems so unfair, if we're being honest. We wonder, sometimes as a people, why does it take so much for us to get answers, for us to get justice, one case after another, that we're seeing injustices, then we're nervous about, oh, is it going to be fair? The results, are they going to use integrity? Is it going to be truthful? We got to worry about that. Then you have people creating unnecessary drama, trying to, just start beef between his mother and these other people. Like, it can become overwhelming if we're being transparent. I know sometimes we don't pause in between and talk about us, our emotions and feelings in it, but sometimes we need that. We need to get it out. How are you really doing today? Is it a hard one for you today? Or, hey, you doing just great. Sometimes you need others to hear you. That's it, just to be able to vent. Thank you, Spilling the Grits, since I just wanted to have that little space for that time right now. It makes me giggle a little bit too much. Okay, when we get tickled up in here, sometimes it's heavy-hearted and when we need it. Yes, exactly. Okay, the highest point said, I'm traumatized, but you get me through. You know what? And I thank God for that. Thank you, the highest point. Your spirit, I just feel it even through the chat when we're talking in the comments. A lot of you all, and y'all are very much on it, when it comes to this case. So I know that y'all are constantly thinking about it, and a lot of us are. It sticks with us. It's like we want to see it to the end. I was listening to another content creator that I even brought up over here. We watched one of his videos. Hey, MJ. And so he just got into a car accident. And he said that he was going to take a break, from the Nolan Wells case, because he's been going hard, y'all. I don't know. Do y'all know official We Are Human too? Let's see. Hey, Kit Kat, welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Happy Saturday, everyone. Well, he had gotten into, I think he got rear-ended, and it gave him a little setback, right? And so I guess during that setback, he said that he wasn't staying on top of, hey, the Queen still, good morning, sis. He wasn't staying on top of all of the details. He felt like he was getting behind because, y'all, with this Nolan Wells case, if you miss a day, you do get behind. Okay, if you miss a day, you can get behind because, child, every day it seems like it's something new with this case. Okay, and so you could just hear it in his voice, like he just sounded like discouraged. The energy that he talks, because he talks fast, it's just wow. Like, I was shocked. And so people in the comments were like, because he said he probably going to stop kind of talking about it. And the people in the comments were like, oh, did they get to you too? Like, huh? I guess they're thinking like everybody who kind of is taking a break or slowing down on talking about it, like they must have got a cease and desist, or they must have got paid off or something like that. No, some people got real life issues going on at the same time as trying to cover this case, or some people have secondhand trauma. going on while covering this case. Some people are triggered while covering this case. Some people are trying to keep their composure and not cuss everybody out going over this case. Okay. And so it was such an awesome thing that, you know, I noticed that he started, I guess he had a moment, but he has started kind of getting his energy back and getting back into the groove of it. And sometimes you do have to take a moment, take a day. And shout out to Tabitha Brown. We know that she's known for her positivity, her wisdom, but she's even tired. Okay. And so her and her husband, Chance, did a live on, I believe it was on yesterday, a video on yesterday that dropped, where they were just being very transparent. And I appreciate that, with, you know, the way that she's doing that for her and her husband, opening up their platform and really talking about this from that perspective and being truthful. Okay. Let's see here. Your new name is Miss Perry Mason. The way you be on this case. Okay, MJ. I'm not playing. I even took a break last night to not really come live or anything, just so I could do some homework. I told you I was going to do some homework on that interview. And y'all, I have probably last night when I was going through the actual transcript, I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages of notes just from the transcript, things that I felt that I missed just by hearing it. This is why in education, it is important for teachers to hit all types of learners. You may have visual learners, and that's why I said the visual learners in here, my apologies. Okay, we should have been pulled up the transcript while we were watching that interview. Okay, we would have clocked and caught some of this stuff earlier on. Okay, hey Rose, welcome. Protected 91 is in the building. Hey Angel, come on in. The highest point said I wanted to take a break, but every time I get your notification, I'm popping in. You know what? And shout out to all of the open book family. Welcome to all of the new subscribers, all of the new members. Y'all, my mind is blown. Okay. We just hit 13K subscribers, right? And I promise you, I just be minding my business, posting, going live until I actually look and I'm like, wait a second. How are we almost at 14K? Because it seemed like we just celebrated 13K. Y'all, last night, and my son, he gets a kick out of it now too. He'll sit here with me. He's like, mommy, look. So he looks at the little timer thing where it pulls up and it shows your subscribers. Last night, y'all, now we're over 14,000 subscribers strong in our open book family. Give yourselves a round of applause, y'all. We are, when I tell you, growing, but at the same time, we are bringing more and more exposure to these various cases, y'all, that we are going through. We are having real conversation. We are really looking into things. We have multiple, look, we are our own investigators over here. Okay, come on now. We got lawyers. We got investigators. Some of y'all want to be police. Some of y'all want to be police officers. It is truly a team effort. We feed off of each other. And so welcome all of our new subscribers. I am truly, truly grateful and humble. I really am. I was talking to Shelly last night and I said, sis, oh my God, what is going on? So, hey, I just thank God. I give him all of the glory and I thank you all for your constant support. Those of you who tap in every time, best believe it does not go unnoticed. And I know people have work, they have lives, they have family. So it really, really means a lot when you all show up. Let's see. Hey, Odu, welcome. Y'all, so that's our first part of our conversation. Just more chill, laid back, seeing how you're doing. Shamika said, wow, people need to have empathy for CCs. These cases can be mentally, physically, and emotionally draining. We got to stay sane to keep moving forward. Exactly, Shamika. You're right. Darlene said this is so heavily on your mind and weighs so heavily on your heart. To know how many families are involved, to see how real the big cover up is so real and unbelievable how they don't want there. And I'll see if you put the rest of it. Okay. MJ said, Mom and Dad, for their strength, they have some prayer warriors holding them down. Come on now, MJ. You are so right about that. I look at them and I'm like, you know that it's only God that can keep you like that. I know when I went through the loss of my mom, I thought, just thinking about that before it even happened, I would probably be like, baby, if I lost my mama, I'm going to be going out my mind. They're going to have to put me in an insane asylum, anything. But God, he keeps our mind. He keeps us through grief, through hurt, through pain. And sometimes we don't understand it. So when I see them and their strength, I know that has to be God. I looked at Nolan's father and I'm like, you could just see how broken he is, how crushed. And men, when they grieve, is totally different, right? So you know that they're dealing with all types of things that they probably want to say publicly and go off. But I have seen them handle this with integrity, with grace, with professionalism. And so for some people to just try to make this out of something that is not, y'all, I had to say something this morning. Like, that lady was very classy yesterday when Don Lemon brought up that Officer Tatum man. She said she was not commenting on that man. And for people to make this out of the mama told him, the mama popping up, the mama did not do any of that. Just say you want to do that. Okay, don't put unnecessary drama where there's already enough. Don't add to it, because then that adds another layer. It gets him more riled up. He wanted the attention that she did not give him. Okay. He probably wanted her to go off on him, because any other mama too, because see, she trying to keep a professional and be out here on these different platforms and get the word out about her son. She probably wants to cuss him out and go off. She gonna leave it to everybody else. Okay. She'll leave it to y'all trying to get out here and be cussing him out. Or gentleman then, okay, he definitely be going in on him. She'll let D.L. Hughley handle him and all of that. And I'm going to say this while I'm saying D.L. Hughley. Now, when D.L. Hughley came for him, in my opinion, hey, it was like kind of surface level. It was a good little roast, right? But see, when he came for D.L. Hughley, he went to hell with it. I did not like that, because he done brought up, when I tell you sensitive issues that of things that should not have been brought up, topics that should not have been brought up, about abuse, cheating, illegitimate children. Like, he went deep into some stuff that D.L. and his wife have probably already healed from. You opening up old wounds. You talking about a baby that's not even here anymore. Like, that to me was horrible. I just don't even know why he dipped to that level. He didn't even pull his family members into it. That was a hot, horrible mess. I could not believe he did that. I really could not believe that. You are managing this channel very professionally, and people can see that. Thank you, MJ. I appreciate that. Thank you, Shelly. Hey, Verb. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. Salute to you. Okay, I appreciate all of the congrats. Right, you don't cuss folks out, but you would check a heifer professionally. I have seen MJ been around. Hey, we know how to say it, because you know what? You really don't have to cuss people out. Okay. I know that's the easy way to do it, but sometimes, child, you can say stuff that's gonna go over their head because their brain can't comprehend anything more than a cussing out anyways. So, hey, just tell them off in a very intelligent way. Hey, Grandma of 5, welcome. Thank you so much. And look, I'll say congrats to all of us, because it's a family. Odu said, I'm a newbie and I'm here for it. Let's go. Okay, come on. Let's go. Thank you, the Queen's Den. God's glory is shining through the temple. You better say that. Hey, Walt, welcome. Patrice is in the building. Those interviews are jam-packed with details. Exactly. And the Queen's Den does not play either. Okay. She has been thinking through this case. Hey, Buttercup, welcome. Nika is in the building. Nolan's father looks so, yes. Did you notice it? I noticed that too. I noticed that too. He looked so tired and defeated. It's probably just so much, y'all, that they're going over. Now they have to meet with the DA coming up next month. They're meeting with the DA. Nothing but the Lord is keeping them in their right minds, right? And they have other kids, yes, to still be here for. Thank you, Nakisha. And shout out to Nakisha for the floating heart and for being a sponsor today. They don't want their child's life and career messed up, but Nolan Wells' life is ended and will never fulfill his dreams and future. I agree. Mm-hmm. She is an MP and always has to carry herself, in a professional manner. Mm-hmm. She provides medical care for people, so she is mature, right? I pray that the family gets out of Mississippi as soon as this is over. Child, I'll be putting my house up for sale now. If I have to handle business and travel, I don't think I would want to stay there right now. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think I would be trying to get up out of Dodge. If I need to travel to court, child, let me travel there for court. But me and my family will be up out of Dodge. I wouldn't even want to be around those people. Dio read him. He could have said more, but he did exactly. I'm so glad I didn't see that. Yes, I saw a short, or was it on the radio? I think I was looking at a short when he was saying some of the filthy things about Dio's family, bringing up those older things. Even when Dio passed out, he could have died during that time. Like he brought up stuff like he went to hell with it. Okay. And you don't need to do that. Just talk about him, keep it on him. Now you going all up into his family's business. I hope they have a big celebration for Nolan's birthday, including a chance for people to show love and support to the family. Yes. Mm-hmm. He was cold-hearted and low down. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Use your words, child. Like I tell my kids, y'all act like y'all can't talk. Use your words. Okay, come on. Somebody speaking to you, you better say good morning back. Okay. Sambo. Oh, wait. And speaking of him, when you said Sambo Tatum, now my husband, he stays out of like the petty, the drama. Like he'll share his funny things on Facebook. He really not on YouTube like that, right? So the other day I was on Facebook because I'm not on Facebook like that unless I'm really kind of sharing my YouTube stuff. So I noticed an Officer Tatum picture that my husband has shared. And he said something, he gave him some nickname. I said, now you gotta be out here. If my husband is talking about you, he don't even get involved. Thank you, Angel. It was so funny. And so I'm still trying to figure out what happened to him because if he's from Stop 6, y'all, that's one of the ghetto parts of Fort Worth. How you around Black people, growing up around Black people, and you don't like Black people like that? Like, what happened? Did they tell you couldn't play basketball with them or something? Could you not go to their school? Did they just do you wrong? I'm just trying to understand where does all the animosity and this like race hate stuff comes from. It's so weird. I really don't understand where it comes from. I don't know his story, but definitely something has happened in his life for him to get like this. Okay, people don't just turn like this. I feel like sometimes somebody hurt your feelings like really good. Okay, until you done turned on the whole group of people. Golly, what happened? He did that because he is dumb up that does not have the vocabulary to get it done. Some people don't. Hey, Clarinetta, welcome. Child DL don't play. Mm-hmm. Truth will prevail. Their life will never be the same. They're in that town. Exactly. It would take years, but if someone is convicted, I would think about relocating to start fresh. I agree. Uh-huh. Willie D was an officer, Stephen Head too. Oh, really? Uh-oh. When an older guy gets those braces. Wait a minute, MJ. I am done. I'm done. Okay, those who know the truth don't play with lies. Come on now, you better say it. Yeah, it does. It comes off as an obsession to me. It's very weird. I want to show y'all something. Y'all, this thing tickled me yesterday, but I give him an A for effort. Okay, wait a minute. What in the world? Now I done went to Facebook. And they say a Cincinnati woman is the second arrested over death threats related to Nolan Wells' death. Child, we getting all these arrests over these death threats. Child, can we get an arrest for what happened to Nolan Wells? What in the world? Now that's some breaking news, y'all. I didn't even know that because I wasn't looking for that. I was actually coming over here to find something else because I wanted to show y'all. This guy went to the DA's office yesterday, and baby, I was tickled. Okay. Let me see if I can find what was this channel. I just thought about it when someone said, okay, here it is. When someone said that they were something about the DA, and it made me think about it. Let me pull up that video right quick. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Okay, here it is. Child, these people. God. Mm-mm. Hey, Hanada, welcome. Thank you for joining. He probably got beat up every day. Okay, because baby, I don't know what happened. Shout out to Grandma of 5 for the jewels and for being a sponsor for today's live. Right, can we get an arrest for the actual death of Nolan? Child, y'all spending more time trying to arrest and find people I'm hoping they are valid death threats. Can we put an arrest to what actually happened to Nolan? This is crazy work. Okay, so his name is Biloxi. Ever since y'all told me I was saying it wrong, I'm trying to emphasize it. Okay, his name is Biloxi Boy Cooking. Okay, Boy Cooking and Fishing. Well, yesterday he actually went down to the DA's office. Okay, they're in Mississippi. Now I'm gonna give him an A for effort, okay? But I could have told him it was gonna go like this, but he is putting in the work. Shout out to him. He even got the police report, a redacted police incident report. And child, it's worse than the one that they did for Tyrone Davis. I say, no, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to show y'all what they sent this man. This is just horrible. Okay, this is how little investigation they probably wanted to do into what happened to Nolan Wells. It is so unfortunate and so sad. Obi, what do you think about the officer Ruka's photo of them on the boat with someone possibly wearing Nolan's red necklace? I didn't see that. I didn't see the red necklace part. But those pictures, y'all, look very staged, and those pictures show they were a little further from the water, not the same as in the video, how it showed other people in the water closer to them. The other ironic part about that is they never took a picture of the Simpson man boat. B. Simpson, okay. B. Simpson, BS. We gonna call him BS, but they never took a picture of his boat. So we don't know who was on that boat. If you're going to show evidence, you need to show both boats. Even that picture looked very staged. It did. Come on now. It looked like they were posing. If you're in distress, I don't think we would have caught y'all like that. Now, the other photo that someone did from a distance, that looked more like a real, like authentic picture. Now, I don't know who would have taken that shot, but they were caught off guard. Nobody was posing for that picture. And we could clearly see that they were looking at something with those boats. Okay, what do y'all think about the medium lady who claims to be talking to Nolan, lighting a candle in front of the camera? I didn't see that one. Now I know the one on Facebook, Tammy, she is very clear and said WH is the one who unalived. Now this is all alleged, just according to her, who unalived Nolan. She's been standing on that from the beginning. And she said that reel that she shared, because she said that with her reading, they actually came back, okay, and that Nolan was, seeing that they had kind of turned on him, and said that when he noticed that he tried to play along just to make it home, but it was a little too late. And so she was like, how did she put it? He was saying that I thought we were going here. Like they were supposed to be going one place, but they went somewhere else where it allegedly happened. So she was also saying that allegedly it was some blunt force to the front of his head. But she's been, I don't think they haven't gotten the video taken down or anything. I don't know. I mean, the video's up. She's talked about the judge. She has all kind of videos, and her videos stay on Facebook. She clearly has said he's done it, and no allegedly. I'm saying allegedly, but yeah, she's been standing on that's who she feels did it. And that's another reason. That's well, not just because of that, but when I heard the call, I was like, was it possible that at the time he wasn't all the way? You see what I'm saying? Because they were asking, is he dead? So did anything happen once they got? That's why I wanted to move towards land. What all took place there? And when I was listening to this video, this interview, and read through the transcript last night, Warren said, or WH, he said that when they made that stop in Fort Bio, he was like, they were trying to put the plug back in. That's why they stopped there and went back out. Why would you have to stop at one dock to do that, though? Wherever you were going, you could have done it there. So it was just odd. That was his reasoning for coming in and then leaving back out. It was weird because it don't take that long. So what were you really doing at that stop? So it's just certain things. Last night when I was going through this, I have a lot, y'all, a lot of notes about that. I was like, wow. Why haven't they made any arrests and the threats made towards the Nolan's family? Come on now. Okay, you better call it out. What about those death threats? Or are we just looking for death threats towards one person and one family? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, his red necklace. Someone asked where are his flip-flops, where are his sunglasses, all of that. Hey, Tracy, welcome. Okay, so let's get into this video. This is when he went down to, I hope and pray for an arrest. Verb said, speaking of that, Opie, since you see my comment left on one of your first videos about Nolan, remind me what it said. Yes, because I probably did. Hey, Shawana, Karen, Michelle in the building. I'm trying not to get too far behind in the comments. Thank you, mods. Yes, some be spot on. I remember having my poem read and was told she see me and my friends in a bad car accident. Not even 24 hours later, it happened. Oh, wow. Oh, that's scary. Okay, honey, God told me to stay away from all those readers and things. I don't even pay attention. Right. And definitely not planning on my channel no more because I did once upon a time. Like, I don't really, get into that. Certain things, like if I've felt it or thought about it, it may present some type of confirmation. Stuff that can be proven, like if you can go out and prove it. But other stuff, I try not to. You gotta be careful what you allow in. Hey, phenomenal Scorpio, welcome. I believe he was lynched as a reason to why they kept his throat and why he has that red mark on the back of his head. That's where the body was left until they can get back to the island, allegedly. Okay. All right. So here we go.
How you doing, ma'am? Hey, you know where the DA's office is?
She's like, hey.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, Brittany.
Hey, how you doing, ma'am? I'm trying to see. I can wait till you get off the phone now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Hey, GA Peach.
How you doing, ma'am? All right, I'm trying to see if there's any information I can try to find out about this Nolan Wells case. Yes, ma'am. No, I know. You're fine. You're fine. Tell you what, at least the AC works in this courthouse better than it does in my truck.
Me too, Hanada.
Yes, ma'am. I'm wanting to find out, like, when are y'all going to convene the grand jury? I know you can't tell me what's going to be in the grand jury. I know that's confidential, and that's fine. I don't need.
For those of you who are just tuning in, this is, ooh, child, I'm all in my notes. His name is Biloxi, Boy Cooking and Fishing. Oh, it's right here on the screen too. I'm sorry. Okay. He is really been into the Nolan Wells case. He lives there, like, nearby and so forth. So he's done lives and so forth. So yesterday he went to the actual attorney, the office of the DA, okay, district attorney. And so he was trying to get some information because remember, the autopsy is complete. So he was trying to get some information because they said they were going to show it to the grand jury and all of that. And so, child, I give him an A for effort. He went down there, y'all, and was trying to talk to these people and get some information about the Nolan Wells case, kind of see more about the grand jury and so forth. So this is him approaching the actual desk, and the lady, the secretary there, a receptionist, there as well. She is talking to him. She was getting her people. Okay. She probably calling him red alert, red alert. Just my opinion. I think they planned it because Warren made a statement on the ex-cop interview that it was planned a while ago and Nolan wanted to come. But I think he threw that in so we would think he was talking about going to the island. Oh, got you. Okay. Wow. I know she think you're one of us. What are you doing, sir? Okay. She don't even want to be bothered, and she didn't even know what he wanted. Okay. She saw that camera.
Need that. I'm just like wanting to know when y'all and how long y'all think it's going to be. The grand jury is going to be dealing with it, stuff like that.
So the grand jury?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good.
Anthony Allen.
Nick Rock.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, we can't speak grand jury is a secret.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
So we can't speak of, what or when grand jury is going to be.
Right.
So, is there?
I'm just trying to figure out when. So you can't tell me when it's going to convene or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I didn't know if that was public record or not.
No, sir, it's not. Okay.
Okay. Is there any chance of y'all releasing the autopsy at all?
Sir, no, nothing's going to be released. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. What in the world? He couldn't even stand and talk to this man properly. He done came out the heat. He needs some water.
Have a good day, ma'am. Wasted fucking trip. Motherfuckers.
Oh my Lord, today. Exactly.
Now I go to the library.
Hey, Rose. Y'all. That is so sad and unfortunate. This man. Y'all, we need this laugh right quick. Y'all, this man hot. It is hot there. Okay. Yes, they literally put him out. He hot. He needs some water. He mad. And y'all couldn't even offer this man a seat Right. They were on the defensive right when he got there. He had his cell phone ready, charged. Okay. He said he got him some MFers. This man, yes, he was big mad. I couldn't hold it in. Okay, right. I could not help but laugh. But I couldn't tell him it was gonna go like that. Okay, but they could have at least offered the man, okay, well, would you like to have a seat right quick so I can kind of go over, this process with you and just let you know that this is not something that we typically put publicly. But he had his arms crossed. He came out there, couldn't even look him in the eye. He didn't really you walking while the man's still talking, you walking back into the back room back there. Okay, he shut him all the way down. He tried. That's what I said. I give him an A for effort. Okay, he did it for the he did it for the mind. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Okay, I like him. He giving us eyes as the vibe in there. You're right. You're right about that. That red tie should have told him everything he needed to know. That's how cold Mississippi is. They don't give an F. They were on the defense. I'm glad he had his camera. I'm so glad he had his camera out. I'm surprised he even came out to talk to him. Right. Hey, love me for real. Right. Turning his back on him before he was even finished. That is horrible. So then let me show y'all the police report because he sent in a FOIA request for the actual police incident report. So he shared that yesterday too. He said that he had to blur out Nolan's social security number because they did not do it. That's horrible. Now they had blurred out his mom's. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. StreamYard froze on me. Okay, I think I'm back. How do I got two of me. That's so weird. I got three of me up here. How do I get rid of? That is so weird. Okay. Let me pull it back up. Yeah, they did not even redact the Nolan Social Security. He had to go in and redact that. Shout out to Patrice for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. They didn't even ask the man who he was. They just saw that camera. Right. Shout out to A Mama Magazine. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor. Okay. Now let me pull it up again. It went out for some reason. Okay. So let me make it a little bigger. So this was one of, see how he had to use his red marker to blur it up. Yeah, it's too quiet, Hanada. Okay, see if people go down there and start protesting and stuff, they'll be like, it's very quiet down there. Yes, oh dude, I did see that. Yeah. Now this was an incident report from Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Okay, it shows the incident number, location, Horn Island, Ocean Springs, Jackson, USA. Occurred on or between July 4th, 3 p.m. Status approved. Some of the other numbers. Then it says incident type, person, missing person. Then it has it was received July 5th, 12:22 a.m. Okay, they arrived at 12:47 a.m. Completed July 5th, 1:05 a.m. And then it says Christine Wells reported her son, Nolan Wells, missing and was last seen on Horn Island at approximately 3 p.m. Okay. But that's all that they have for the synopsis. Then they have her name and information. And then they had Nolan's name and his address and information, his social, which was not redacted. And then on the second page, offense code, missing person. But they didn't have any other information. Like, huh? Because I was like, well, where are the notes and things like that? Like, they only had that he was missing and last seen on Horn Island at 3 p.m. And this was the incident report. Okay, right, my Lord. Okay, like, what in the world? I cannot believe this. The bare minimum. I'm telling y'all, they did not expect for this to go this way. They really did. Shout out to Rose. Thank you so much. And Patrice for the super stickers and for y'all being sponsors, ladies, for this live. Okay, did y'all see how the front desk girl was dressed like she really don't give it? Right, Rose? Okay. This is crazy work. And how do y'all not redact his social security number on this public document? That is crazy work. Casey, no, welcome. Wow, you went to Hattiesburg? Oh my gosh. It is crazy. I just could not believe it. Thank you, Patrice, for the jewels. I appreciate it, sis. So yeah, that was some information that he shared pertaining to the DA's office and the actual police incident report. I just could not believe that, y'all. I could not believe it. Now, yesterday, I had shared a video about who told it, okay, pertaining to Nolan and this whole drinking thing that was put out on the missing report with the MDMR. It said that the stomach contents were showing unknown, but alcohol intake showed heavy. So to me, I was like, hold up. How are we saying again that y'all don't know what he ate? Okay, y'all can't tell about stomach contents. But who told that his alcohol intake was heavy? So then when I went back to the interview, there was a part where WH, he was talking about the whole phone situation. Now, I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I feel that even more so, I don't know if it's just Tashima, but the whole Javon situation, y'all, with that story that they told in that interview about Javon opened up the Snapchat, that's how they were able to see the location of Nolan's phone. I think that's a lot. I'm going to be honest. I really think that that's a lot. And the reason why I'm saying that is, remember that WH called Javon to get Christine's number. At that time, he had thought that Nolan was missing. He had had a conversation with Javon. Okay, so my thing was this. They also got another phone call where someone was asking, hey, what is all this Nolan stuff that y'all talking about? Okay, and that's when that person said, where y'all at? Because they was trying to come get the phone. That's how I think they found out where the phone was. That's when they came to that house to get the phone. Now, WH said he was not there when they showed up. He heard about what had happened. But I don't think they wanted Christine to know that they had talked to WH and had known that Nolan was missing. Another reason why I feel that they had already known is because of Jalen's post. He said that they had been looking for Nolan on the 4th for hours. So they had already known. Why did y'all not let Christine know earlier on that Nolan was missing? She could have been more on top of it. Okay. But to not, I don't think they wanted that whole connection that WH is the one who was contacting Javon out. I don't think he just put in Snapchat, oh no, it's showing that it's right here. I don't think that that's how that went down. That's just my opinion. Okay. I don't believe that's just my opinion. Yeah. No. The alcohol part too, no. Nolan was given alcohol and drugs after they unalived him. Right. Now, we did see that there is possibly a beer or so, in his system, but this heavy intake, that was put in there on purpose. Okay. So I'm going to show, before we get into the Tabitha Brown, hey, Miss E, welcome. They were not investigating. This was supposed to be open and shut. Yes. Exactly. Let me try to catch up with the comments right quick. If he was deceased, his body couldn't ingest anything. Okay. Right. They did not expect the Hornets. Come on now. Mama Magazine said, I don't get how they think he was missing if they said they left him with the girl. Exactly. That part. That's another way you would think that they were lying too on some stuff. Remember, fruit is born and works are done. Our actions literally testify more powerfully than our words. Trust what people do, not what they say. They are lying, in my opinion. Come on now. I believe all the boats were together, so they knew. Well, this is something else he said. When I went back and looked at the transcript, if they were on that Palm Beach boat, he said, had about 4 guys on it. I'm wondering if that's the boat Jalen was on, but left Javon and Nolan on that island, because he said they had gone back earlier. Okay. So the reason that I think Jalen was on that boat, because remember, they all 20 to 30 of them met up. He even mentioned Javon them. They came over there too. All of them met up and went out on 3 boats. Now, this also makes me wonder, now that we say that, if Jalen is saying, check this out, that if he left them, Javon and Nolan, on the beach, who did Javon come back with? Who did Javon come back with? Because are you two another one that didn't come back with either one of those boats? I thought WH said whoever left together, they all come back together. Now, they may be on different boats, but if you weren't on the boat with your brother, if he went on that Palm Beach boat back earlier on, then whose boat were you on? How did you get back, Javon? We ain't forgot you. We ain't took you off the list either as possible witnesses to this. How did you get back? Because at one point, weren't you and Nolan's phone on the same boat? We have not forgotten. We still working on pieces, okay? So he another one. Him and Katie, we're still wondering how they got back, because Javon supposedly was still left there. I thought he went looking for Nolan to go check on Nolan, but he said the boys' boat had left. How did you get back, though? If your brother is saying in his post, he left you and Nolan there, he felt that it was his fault. But see, you knew ahead of time before Christine ever called your mom. So did you tell your mama? Did your mama already know that you knew Nolan was missing and that Jalen and you probably was with him? Y'all have been looking for him? We ain't forgot. Okay, we have not forgotten all of that. All right, so let's see here. Let me see where I want to go. We're going to start here with this interview. And then it's going to have the screen transcript.
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, oh, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and he was just like, oh, where y'all at?
Okay. He never said who the guy was. Okay. It was somebody who was very upset, and they were trying to calm him down. Notice that this guy is asking, where are they at? Okay, heavy intake should have intensified their search rather than cancel search. Come on now, it is what it is. You better say it. That's what they said on the interview. He was allegedly with his girlfriend. We don't know how true that is. He said when he came back to check, the boat was gone. Thank you, Karen. How did he get back? How did he get back? If y'all 3 boats, 20 to 30 across 3 boats, Jalen is saying he left y'all, you and Nolan, on the island. We hear from WH, the Palm Beach went back early. It had 3 to 4 guys. Okay, so then that leaves 2 boats. The Simpson got boat and Wyatt's boat. Okay, so which one of those boats again did Javon come back on? Did he come back on the one? Oh, oops. Was he on one of those boats? I just want to know, how did your phone get on the same boat as Nolan's at one point? Because you got your phone. You ended up getting your phone. Okay? Right, exactly, Angel. Shout out to you. Thank you. Shout out to Patrice. Also, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate all of the jewels. Yes, he is. He is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go with the buddies. Okay, so see, now y'all can read along. It actually helps. Okay. We should have done this the first time. I was like, wow, okay, it's like a light bulb came on. Now I can see what they said. All right, so a guy calls. He's trying to calm this guy down. The guy asks, where are y'all? This ain't through no Snapchat. The guy asks, where are y'all with this phone? Okay, come on now. Let's pay attention to this.
My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house. And he said, all right. And then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed. And there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her. And then another mom, which was Javon's mom.
Okay, did y'all hear that? So after he told this guy that this is where we at, the buddy's house, okay? That house right there, Charlie. A lot of people ain't saying what the buddy's house is. Now, notice also, it wasn't just Tashima and her sons. It looked like there was another girl, okay? Tashima, allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, based off of his testimony right here, and then 8 or 9 guys, and they are just busting into this house allegedly. Now y'all don't lock your doors up in Mississippi. Okay, so the door wasn't locked. They just coming on up into random house, okay, kicking doors in. Now, I don't know if y'all remember when we were listening to the scammer calls. Do y'all remember that? Now, after this, the reason that this stands out to me, because when I listened to this before, I didn't really catch on to there was another girl. I'm thinking he was talking about Tashima. No, it was another girl with them. Now, I don't know if that girl or who it was, and she's black, white, or if that was Javon's girlfriend, I don't know. But he specifically said it was a girl, Tashima, and these other 8 or 9 guys. So that's why I was asking, well, did she have a daughter or anything? Because on the scanner, remember they left from the phone, then they went on over to where the keys and the car was. On the scanner, there was a call about a woman and her daughter trying to get some keys. And I say, well, who is over there? Why are they saying a woman and a daughter when that was, I thought, Nolan's dad trying to get some keys in Nolan's car? So that was odd. So I did not realize that there was a girl. I don't know who the girl is that allegedly went. But to me, that is like that particular statement where they said on Laura Coast's interview that Javon opened up and saw Nolan's Snapchat location. That's how they found the phone. I don't think that that's true. And I'm going to just be honest. I've already felt like something was off. I feel like whoever the boy was, I don't know if it was Jalen, calling and seeing what was up, where y'all at. We need his phone, because now Christine knew. They never, and I think that's another thing they're running away from, in my opinion, is the fact that they knew too already and had not reached out to her. Because how is WH getting Christine's phone number allegedly from Javon and never told why he was trying to get her number? He knew that Nolan was missing at that time, if that's true. So y'all should have called her, beat her to her calling y'all. Now y'all trying to play it off. Well, no, it's over here. No, y'all knew it was over there because somebody had asked where it was. Where were they? And then 30 minutes later, y'all get there and popping into this house or outside, wherever y'all were. Y'all still went to the location. So someone knew something. Javon's mama deleted Snapchat. That still stays in the back of my mind. You have said that. You have said that. Let's see here. Shout out to Shamika. Thank you, sis, for the super chat. She said the guy has every reason to be upset, but Nolan's family doesn't. His real friends and Black America don't. Right, exactly. So yeah, everybody else shouldn't be mad. Probably his Black friends. Okay, that head tilt. Oh, Kit Kat. I noticed the head tilt too. Did you notice that? So you got to pay attention to body language. I noticed after he said that, y'all, I'm gonna rewind it for a second. Okay. Certain things, notice his head tilt. He's done that throughout this interview a couple of times. His body language shifted in that moment. And I said, why did he shift right there? What did that mean? Okay. So it was a reason why he tilted that head.
By law enforcement, all of you guys have given statements. But then I think that there's a part associated with this that's being rumored out in the public, and that is the situation.
Oh, the mom did not track the phone to where they were, Lena. She called to Shima, and she told her, according to her interview, that Life 360 was showing that Nolan was on land. It was all over the place. And she was telling them where it was dinging to. But Tashina said when Javon opened up Snapchat, that's when they were able to find where the phone was, because Snapchat showed a different location. Remember that? I don't think that was how they found it. I think whoever called got that location and they showed up over there at that location. Had they said that, it would have given away that they had already had a conversation with WH, allegedly. Okay. And they allegedly already knew that Nolan was missing. And we got to go back to Jalen's post himself, said that he felt guilty because he had left Javon, his blood brother. He said, my blood brother and Nolan on that island. Okay. He also said they had been looking for Nolan for hours on July 4th. So that showed that they had already known that Nolan was missing. They should have beat Christine to calling and getting all of that information. They had already known. I don't think that they wanted that information out, though. That's why I think they came up with the whole, his Snapchat is showing here. I don't know, inspiration. I don't know. Okay, so let's continue.
With the cell phone, potential deletion of messages, how the cell phone was retrieved. And I just want you to tell your side of this, because what we're getting from the media is that they literally had to, coerce you guys into giving it back. You didn't know where it was at. You were hesitant to give the phone over. Almost as they had to turn your wrist or twist your arm just to give it back. Right. Well, what happened with the cell phone thing? So let's go back to the first engagement you had when it comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys. When did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, oh, like, like what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean,
Thank you, Karen.
we were trying to calm him down, and like he was just like, oh, like where y'all at? My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and he said, all right, and then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed.
And notice he scratched his head too, right there. I'm peeping his body language.
And what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, oh, like, like what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and like he was just like, oh, like where y'all at? My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and he said, all right, and then he just hung up.
Head scratch.
And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her, and then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who is Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too, like great guy. And his mom and their family is, very close with, the Wells family. And I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like what was going on, but I was very surprised about this. I was like, like you just basically like kick the door open and, bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Yeah.
So, but he's not white.
He's not white.
Just white.
Yeah.
Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Yeah.
So then they come in the house. Do you know any of these people? You said the mom, but do you know anybody else?
I've seen the mom before, and I know most of them. Most of the guys went to high school with me, and like I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean, I know some of them. So eventually, like things started to get heated, and I was just like a guy I was friends with in high school. He was like, "Man, come outside with me," and I was like, "All right."
Uh-oh, here it comes.
And I walked outside with him. He was like, "Man, I don't know why. Like they're panicking, and like this is just like I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up, and this is nothing that we have to worry about."
Now, who is saying that? Because whoever took him outside is almost like y'all were setting the stage. Are y'all people to play? Because we keep hearing about, I just thought Nolan was somewhere sleeping. Now it's, Nolan probably on somebody's couch. What is all this talk about sleeping on somebody's couch? Oh, he should be awake by now. Wait, what? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know if somebody was missing, if that would be the thing I'm focusing so hard on is them sleeping somewhere. Okay, but who is this person? Because almost like they were getting together, and he's kind of giving us some clues into a conversation right here. They stepped outside. Okay, so who is that? Is somebody else that was joining in with this whole heavy alcohol narrative at this point? If y'all peeping the play, okay, they were already coming in with this mess.
As much as I sat there and I told him, I was like, I agree. I would think, he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day and just, drank too much and was super intoxicated. And, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And
so they all thought he was super intoxicated. But I found this conversation between him and this other person odd. because y'all out there discussing how Nolan is probably asleep somewhere and super intoxicated. And it's so ironic because then WH say that he contacted the Coast Guard, talked to them for 20 minutes. Okay. Now, during that 20 minutes, he was giving description of Nolan, where he was last seen, what he had on. Oh, and I'm probably for sure he probably mentioned something about alcohol, but you couldn't tell what he ate. Okay. But definitely alcohol intake heavy. And it's so ironic that they had just had a conversation about, oh, Nolan, he just been drinking all day, heavy, super intoxicated. He probably somewhere sleeping on somebody's couch, but he couldn't have been with the girl that you said you last saw with, getting his groove on. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that was something he may have wanted to do, why do we have to go there? Why do we have to keep bringing up alcohol? And during this interview, see, they had already had time to peep what everybody was talking about on their platforms prior to this interview. Okay, so this interview was giving him an opportunity to further put out this narrative. Now, it's so ironic that yesterday, Christine was on Don Lemon, and she had this to say about that. Okay,
it's part of society that has been allowed to occur, which is it's gut-wrenching at best. Because if you were in our situation, how would you feel if there were millions of people who are saying, oh, hey, well, he was at an island, he was heavily drunk. And again, even with the drinking, there are so many conflicting stories, only because I have spoken with adults who knew Nolan very well, coaches that were out there. One in particular, I think he told me he saw Nolan somewhere between like 2:45 and 3:30. He was like, Christine, yeah, we talked for a while. We talked about college. We talked about his life, his plans. And he was like, he was perfectly fine. Because I think it had bothered him too, that there was this narrative of, oh, he was sloppy drunk. Like that's, and it started at the very beginning. It was, oh, he was sloppy drunk. And I'm like, but was he though? Or is this a narrative that you guys want to use to kind of have us just accept that it was a drowning?
Clock it. Clock it. Now, how is it that one of his coaches, first of all, I didn't even know that his coaches were out there, okay, until she said this yesterday. So how is it? Shout out to Patrice. Thank you, Queen, for the jewels. I appreciate it. And thank you for being a sponsor today. Now, how is it that a coach was out there? Now, you said you last saw Nolan at 3 p.m., okay? This coach allegedly saw him at 2 something. So at 2 something, if Nolan was just fine, he's talking about his upcoming plans. He's talking probably about Monday. Come on now. He's probably talking about that Monday where he now has a huge opportunity, thinking about his future. That's where his mind was, allegedly, according to one of his coaches that was actually there at Horns Island, okay, during that day. Now, Warren, WH, another question I had, because when I went back to this interview, you stated that y'all left at 4:30, okay? Now, you said that the last time you saw Nolan was at 3 p.m. There's a whole hour and a half gap in between the time that you last saw Nolan and the time that y'all left. Now, with that gap right there, was there not a time when Nolan wanted to grab his phone, wanted to come and talk to y'all because y'all all drove down there together on the same boats and things? Was there not time when he wanted to come get something to eat or any of that? You didn't fill in the gap anywhere between 3 and 4:30. Why is that? Because I know he ain't there and not getting hungry, thirsty, wanting to say anything else to y'all. But y'all made sure to capture a moment when he was in the water. It's almost like you were gathering your videos, your pictures, so you could post them at the opportune time. You captured him right there. Oh, see, Nolan's in the water right there. Y'all see his head up above the water right there in that little place. So what time was that? Okay, so a whole hour and a half while y'all were there, you never saw Nolan again until, okay. I was just wondering. Let's continue. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Let's see what y'all seeing real quick. Because, baby, I'm getting behind. Okay, how many Black kids have been gunned down while people have been drowning on and on? Who is this? Chuck. Oh, here we go. Chuck. All of the kids matter, Chuck. Chuck, just if you're not familiar with the channel and what the conversation is, you can just hang out in the bushes, try to get a feel for the channel. But thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the view. Click the like button. It is for free. Okay. And I was gonna let you stay, but I keep seeing you're being disrespectful. So we just gonna have to go ahead and get you out. But have a great day. Okay. See, that's how you know we hitting on some stuff. Because see, they not just gonna come for nothing, okay? For the simple fact you even thought to come in. Hey, Dwayne, welcome. Nolan's coach said Nolan was sober when he saw him. Thank you. Okay, thank you. He wasn't sloppy drunk. He wasn't heavily intoxicated till you gonna pass out and make it look like he was sleeping on somebody's couch. I hope they use that coach as a witness. Okay. Come on now. Heavy intake on paper and then verbally having both guys say he was drunk supports their narrative. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. That he was 150% sure that when the toxicology comes back, he would have child. Look, I wonder how is he 150% sure? Yes, exactly. Inspiration. Okay. So between a 2 something and 3, he just gulping them down, I guess. Gulping all of the beers down in 30 minutes. One coach saw him, he's good. Oh, 30, oh yeah, he was drinking all day. He was, he was probably just super intoxicated. We just throwing stuff out there. Okay, just throwing it out. It's crazy work. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we're not buying the drowning story. Yeah, they can miss us with that. Okay. Now they have to come up with a new narrative because mom just debunked that by saying what the coach said. So now what? Okay, certainly removes curiosity. They know, right? Hey, Bonnie, welcome. And y'all feel free to put your theories in the chat. If you have a theory about something, yeah. The kids are just doing what they are directed to do. They talking about him being drunk, but they were allegedly doing, like they were all drinking. They never addressed that part. Hey, that one, welcome. Let's see. Warren said he called his mom at 3:30. She called the grandpa. The grandpa called the captain and the rest of the cover-up crew. Not the rest of the cover-up crew, child. Definitely lying. How does everybody have the same time? Come on now, Bunny, that part. It's almost like were you looking at your watch or what made you come on out and say that, oh, it was 3:00? Like y'all were all for sure about that part. Oh, it was 3:00. It was 3:00. So what happens at 3:00? Y'all knew that for sure. Y'all were looking at y'all phones that y'all put in the water. It's 3:00. Let's all say it was 3:00. Okay, let's continue.
The mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone because Nolan left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone and his keys were not on the boat because his car was parked at my buddy's house where we had all slept, the night before the 4th. And so the keys were left at the house because Nolan's car was at my buddy's house where we stayed at. So of course he left his keys there. But his phone, he was drinking. He didn't have his phone in the water because no one did. And there was more than just Nolan's phone that wasn't on the boat with us.
So it was more than just Nolan's phone that was on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously had all our phones, but on the boat. But those weren't the only people. Like Nolan wasn't the only person that left a phone on the boat. There was a lot of people that left phones on the boat, not that didn't ride out or in with us. So we I mean, there was a couple phones that we had that we didn't know who they belonged to, and our buddy's got that figured out, But
was one of those phones Javon's phone? Who they had other people's phones on the boat and they didn't know whose phones they were? Well, how did those people leave all these phones right there on the boat? And I'm wondering, was one of the phones Javon's phone? Because remember, he did say at one point him and Nolan's phones were on the same boats. They showing pictures of Nolan. Where are the pictures of his friends on the island? Right. Hi, Suzanne. I don't think they dumped Nolan's body until the next day right. Exactly. If that was the case and it was done like that, wouldn't have been too far in advance. It would have had to have been closer to that Monday morning. Javon said there was a fight when he went back to where Nolan was. The boats and Nolan was gone. The time he said was around 4:30. Yes, he did say 4:30. Yes. They all wrote it down and studied it. Okay. Don't y'all ever forget. It's 3 p.m. They say when the last time? 3 p.m. Okay. It appears to be enough grounds for arrest. Yes. Hey, Antoine, welcome everyone coming on in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's where it happened at the Buddy. Ooh, who just said that? Come on now. Okay, I'm trying to see in my notes because I think I had made notes or something. Let's see here. Okay, let me let it play because I think I had some notes about this part.
It wasn't just Nolan's phone that was on the boat who wasn't there. There was a lot of phones.
So when they barged in, they started getting frantic. The mom asked for Nolan's phone.
Right.
Was there a struggle over it, or did you guys hand it over?
I mean, just handed it over. I mean, we didn't think anything of it. Like, she asked for Nolan's phone. We knew they were close friends with, the Wells family, and my buddy went out to his truck and handed the phone over. No complications, no issue, nothing. But I mean, I told Miss Christine that we had his phone and he had left it in our possession on the boat.
When did you? Miss Christine is Nolan's mom.
Correct.
When did you talk to her about that?
Now wait a second. Wait. Now we getting some mixed up information. Did Nolan leave his phone in y'all's possession, or did he just leave it on the boat? Those are two different things. If here, y'all, just take my phone. I need y'all to hold on to my phone for me. Which one is it? Did he just sat it up there while he's in the water, or did he leave his phone in y'all's possession? Is what we want to know. Okay. Because that doesn't sound right. He left it in y'all's possession. Then in one breath, he's saying we didn't touch the phone. In another breath, you're saying, well, the only time we touched it was when it went from the boat to the truck. Well, it seems like you wouldn't just put it in the truck. If you were so concerned about his phone, you would have brought it in the house so you can call his mom and say, either y'all want to come get it or I can bring it over there to you. Okay. Hey, fair use, welcome. I believe the parents are just as involved as the kids. And also, something else I put in my notes, he said when he was on the island, he had called his mom there. But I thought you said it wasn't no cell phone coverage there on the island, WH. You said you even called your mom while y'all were at he didn't say stepmom. I don't know if he called stepmom mom too. He said, yeah, there's cell coverage on the island a little bit. You may can get a little bar because when I was there, I called my mom. What? I didn't even know. Y'all, it wasn't until I looked at this transcript. Okay. He said he had called his mom. I didn't even realize his younger brother was there with him. I missed that whole thing. So his younger brother was there. His younger brother got into a fight. All of that was taking place And I think it was because of a lot of commotion, all these different fights, they are hurrying up and they got up out of there. But by you saying, oh, Nolan left his phone in our possession, that gives it another type of meaning than he accidentally just left it and forgot his phone on the boat. Okay. Let's see here. They trying to say it was in their truck so they don't get in trouble for taking it. Ooh. Did you see the Simpson man was in that pool and allegedly he had an engagement the weekend before? So that had to be the fourth. What? Wait, what? Did he attend the school event the weekend before? Need some research. Wait a minute, caramel girl. Now wait a minute. Is some now? Hey, look, investigators, we got to be on that because if we could debunk that he was somewhere else on the 27th, that means that pool picture was indeed the 4th. Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they had another event. The kids are doing and saying what they are directed to do and say. The suspects don't want to admit Nolan lost his life on the boat because Grandpa Jerry going to get sued. The Sea Toll Company going to get sued also, who purchased alcohol and rugs for my Lord. We need to understand that we aren't going up against these kids. We're going up against the parents. That's a good point. Yeah. A lot of them knew and know some stuff. And could possibly, hey, I believe she was there the whole time and helped cover from the beginning. Yeah, I want to know which mom. Okay, his real mom. Now he did say that his stepdad and his mom, okay, and some of his friends went out there looking for Nolan on the 5th. So, because the stepdad was wondering what was going on when they were sharing Nolan's pictures. Okay, see, I had missed that part too and came and asked him about it. And that's when they went out, his real mom, stepdad, and some friends went out looking for Nolan in their boat that next day. He had a football dinner the 27th, allegedly. Y'all got some new info. You have some type of event that all football players attend for up and coming athletes at that Wyoming college. Child, let me write that down. Okay, I'm gonna look into that later. What? Yeah, the stepdad. Yes. All right, so let's continue.
I was on. No, I didn't talk to her once. Like it was like 12:30. I mean, I might have texted her a couple times and talked briefly about a couple things, but I never. I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone. Before I called Miss Christine, I asked. I was like, "Oh, well, where's his location at?" Because Nolan had his Snapchat location on for me, and he said, it's why it said.
Okay, y'all, that was scary. Like, wait, what? What? Wait, did y'all hear this part? This was cringy to me. I'm gonna be honest. Notice what he says here.
I asked. I was like, "Oh, well, where's his location at?" Because Nolan had his Snapchat location on for me, and he said, it's why it said it's in my truck, like because everybody who left stuff on the boat, it was.
Okay, to me, that's cringy. Okay. Because he had his Snapchat location on for y'all. When? Okay, when? And why did it have to go to, oh, he left it in my truck. Suppose he was going to the boat. That was so weird to me. Knowing that he could have been missing. It was weird. I don't know, something when I heard that last night, I was like, that's kind of cringy. Because were y'all playing around with that Snapchat location? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. Let's see here. Is this another version of the video? I don't recall him saying, no, this is it. I just did the transcript. Because some stuff I had to write down last night, I was like, wait a second, I missed that part. But see, when we listen to things, just hearing it, but then when you see the words that go with it, it adds another layer of learning, which I'm a visual learner. So it highlighted some things for me. I was like, wait, I didn't hear that part when we were just listening to it because I'm not an auditory learner. I'm hearing it, getting the gist of it, but I learned better visually. Which one? I don't know. Maybe he got on the boat with him. He didn't specify, but he did say his younger brother was there. Yes. Let's see. Correct. He's trying the alibi that Snapchat versus the 360. Yes, exactly. Yes, you can move it. So that was kind of I don't know. That little part there with he shares his Snapchat location with me where they playing around with that. That was just odd to me when he said that, and I caught that.
Wyatt's boat, so Wyatt put it in his truck, like it was normal. And so the phone was in possession in Wyatt's truck. And when that mom came over and asked for it, there was no issue at all with us giving the phone to her. I mean, Nolan just left on the boat. We handed the phone to her that night of the 4th of July.
And did you guys go through the phone, or?
Of course not. I mean, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would we? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
Was that the only phone that she picked up, or was it other people's phone that they came and got? Or
that I know of, I think that was the only one that she had. But I'm not completely sure. I think that's the only one that she took Nolan's. That's it.
And so we're on the 4th, where the night, probably going into the morning of the 5th, this happens. Then the dad comes back at some point to get the keys.
Right.
But what happened there? When was this, and what happened?
Well, my buddy Brooks drove me and dropped me off at my house, and I woke up to a text the next morning that Miss Christina texted me, and she said, "Hey, Nolan's dad's there is there at my buddy's house to pick up the keys." And I didn't think anything of it. I told her that I was praying for her, and that we were out there, and we were.
Yes, I think some was chopped. This is the entire piece together. Yes, he had chopped some of it up into parts, so maybe that could be invert. But this is the whole interview together, all parts together. So maybe that's what you're thinking too, because you were saying, why does it sound different? So yeah, some parts may have been out when he broke it up, but then he put it all together as one big interview.
We're doing everything that we could to help out.
And when it came to pick the keys up, was there a conference?
Yes, Brooks. I did notice Brooks. Okay, y'all know that picture with the Simpson man? Dad had the picture of the boat. Brooks' name was in that picture as one of the friends that took out the boat. Okay, so that name is there. So that's one of the Simpsons man's friends too, that Brooks person. They must share him in common as friends. Yes, right, Karen Michelle. The grandfather was on the phone with the Coast Guard captain on his personal cell phone. What was that conversation about? That phone call needs to be investigated. Oops. Okay.
Because I could have sworn I saw on the news that when he came to pick the keys up, it was almost like an altercation because you guys didn't want to get the keys over, or you said you didn't know where the keys were at.
I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean, I wasn't there, but from what my friend told me, they just had to look for Nolan's keys. It's not like, why would we be hiding Nolan's keys? There's no reason to hide anything. This is our friend. We have nothing to hide. I mean, we were trying to help, do everything that we could to help out.
All right, so I want to be clear with this one thing, because I know you mentioned before that you have no reason to touch the phone. Obviously, you did touch the phone.
Right.
But is there any chance or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone?
Absolutely not. I mean, like I said, there was no reason for us to get on Nolan's phone. No one touched Nolan's phone, but nothing if none of us had touched Nolan's phone, then there's no reason for anything to be deleted. I mean, no one
that's a lie.
even was in contact with us.
That's a lie. Okay, y'all did touch his phone. You already said it. So I don't know why he's contradicting himself. They did touch his phone. You said it out of your own mouth. He moved it from the boat to the truck. I still don't understand why it was in the truck. Okay, if someone left the phone, you take it in the house so they can either come get it or you can take it to them when y'all meeting up. We just leaving people's stuff in the trucks for what? Where was the rest of his stuff that he left on the boat too? Okay, so come on now. Yeah, he's overly explaining certain things that don't even need to be explained. The phone was at Jackson's house in Wyatt's truck. We don't know whose house the phone was at because the keys and car were at Jackson's house. That was at a different location than the phone. Hey, Zoe, welcome. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a factory reset on his phone to unlock the phone and it would clear all data. I saw all of the main people that are suspected and the connections are deep in their community. Yes, 6-figure days. It really is. Okay, MJ. His tone changed and he over explains that part. Right. That whole phone situation, he gets bothered by that phone, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but I could tell in his attitude changes when he's talking about the phone. He gets bothered with the phone. Yes. Right, Karen Michelle. Shout out to you and thank you, sis. Hey, Tammy. She said he also said everybody and their mama be on the island. So that made me think his mama was on the island too. Well, he said he called his mom. So I don't know what that was about, but he said he did call her. Shout out to that one for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Justice for all our young men and all our men of color that deserve justice. Justice for all. Amen. Okay. Thank you, Zoe. Make sure y'all tap that like button. She has. Okay. Come on now. Tatum, you act like you're an authority. You get your info from social media. Just like most, you have no inside facts. Insert yourself in other people's business. Okay. She told him God is going to those involved conscious up. Somebody is going to talk. The entire interview has holes in it. Thanks for airing it so we could see you all liars. Like, seriously.
His phone until it was moved from the boat to the truck. And none of us have access to Nolan's password to get on his phone and delete anything. Absolutely not. And we have no reason to delete anything. I mean, there's nothing to hide here. I mean, we have had no reason to delete anything, and we never did.
All right, so I have something I want to make sure that we're clear about, because you had mentioned earlier that you saw Nolan cradling Katie. Right. Her name is Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
I just want you to explain, what does that mean? Some people in their mind, they may think he's cradling like a baby.
Yeah.
Like what is that scenario?
Yeah,
like?
he was. I mean, Nolan was off. The last time I saw him, like I said, I was off the bow of the boat, and like I said earlier, if you had jumped off the bow of the boat, you were probably about chest or neck deep in water. So Nolan wasn't like carrying her out the water. She's sitting in the water and Nolan's arms are under the water and he's carrying her from under the water, but her head's still out of the water. Nolan's head's still out of the water, and I was looking at both of them. So,
so he's kind of like holding her.
Right.
Kind of like,
in the water.
Like we grown, right? There's two people in the water. They feeling each other.
Right.
Like meaning feeling they like each other.
Right.
And
that was
he's a little more close to her, and they're kind of having a moment.
Correct.
Not insinuating that it's sexual, but
no,
they're together. They like each other. You looking at him, you like, bro, you crazy, because you know that he like her and he's hanging out with her.
Yeah, right, okay. Exactly.
That makes sense. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan? And then when was the last time that someone reported to you that Nolan was seen? Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You saw him at a certain point, but then someone else saw him a lot later when you guys were gone.
Right. Okay. So the last time I personally laid eyes on Nolan was at like 3:00, and
here we go.
He was, front of the boat with the girl, and that's the last time I saw him. But there were, I've talked to somebody personally that saw Nolan at 6:00, and someone, we weren't even the last people to see Nolan.
Okay, y'all see he was already setting up this whole 6 o'clock thing. Okay, even during this interview, notice that TMZ and all of them started putting it out. It was already set up in the interview. Okay, just because you said you talked to someone that saw Nolan at 6 o'clock, where did they see him? Okay, so I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, the whole 6 o'clock thing, because see, then we were adding stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah, I talked to someone that saw him at 6. We should have known where it was. You're so concerned that, oh, where's Nolan? Just out of the blue. Oh, where's Nolan at? Come on now. They had gone back to the friend's house. He said he ate. He done took a nap. Wyatt started talking. Well, what made Wyatt start talking for it to spark? What was Wyatt talking about that made it to spark a thought in your mind? Oh yeah, where is Nolan? Because y'all started talking about him. So what were y'all saying? What was that conversation about? Because that's what made you think about Nolan finally. Okay, but if you had just talked to someone that saw him at 6 o'clock, then you knew he wasn't missing. Okay, so I don't know why all the concern just out of the blue. Oh, maybe Nolan is sleeping at someone's house. You know, he's been drinking all day. But I thought you said somebody had just seen him 6 o'clock. That's not a long time. That's not a big gap to be concerned by. 11 o'clock. It's a few hours. Okay, so miss us with that. Okay, that part was the stage was being set. Miss us with that. Does anyone remember Warren saying he had access to Nolan's Snapchat? Yeah, he just said it in here. We just showed that part. He did. I think it started on the island, extended to boat, alcohol and rugs, high emotions, rage, in the heat of the moment. Okay, treat their dogs better than this. Okay, calling cab. Hey, I'm that somebody. Okay, got you. Okay, good morning. Hey, bro, Jay. Yeah, multiple conflicts. I'm watching the ex-Army integrator and analyzed his interview and said that they are parts taken out. He shows you, when the shifts, yep, probably so. What were you saying in the house when his parents arrived? That part. Javon's mother said that it took the guy a long time to get the phone out of the truck. What took so long just to get the phone out of the truck? We never understood that part. Yeah, he said Nolan's name 5 to 6 times within the first 8 seconds. I can't help but notice. I believe there's a lot of evidence on Fort Bio. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. See, they didn't really go into when they got back to land. All of this, I went here because of this. I went there because of this. No, they need to look into that. What really happened at that dock, that boat launch right there when y'all got back to Fort Bio? Okay, what happened there? I'm not buying none of those lies. Okay, I listened to all 5 interviews over 3 times and they all been edited. Oops. Darlene. What? Javon and Trayson are not trustworthy, in my opinion. We need to take a step back and stop listening to any of the noise. Everything after the death is lies and cover up. Trayson said in his interview that Warren had a friend called him 9-something twice, but he missed a call. He called looking for Nolan. And not to say what happened on that beach. Not once does he say, I was told this, but I don't know. He acts like everything he knows or was told is facts. Exactly. Hey, Ian, welcome. Ironic that they never checked the island when Christine reported him missing. Yes, exactly. That part. It took some time. It definitely took some time.
You know, once we left, there were still dozens on dozens of boats around us. And I mean, clearly we were not the last people to see Nolan.
So Warren, I'm going to ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out.
Okay.
I didn't come down here to, do anything other but to get the truth,
right,
and for you to have a voice in this.
Right.
And the first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan?
Of course not.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
Of course not. And absolutely not.
They say that you guys deleted stuff out of his phone. Did you delete anything out of Nolan's phone?
No, of course not.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready.
Okay. Shout out to Caramel Shell for the super chat. She said he cuffed the phone, acted like it was in the truck. That was the period they were deleting the pics in that house, in my opinion. Yeah, because why did it take so long just to go to the truck to get it? They should have had his shirt too, since he was found without one on. Uh-oh. That should have been on the boat too. Come on now. Where was his shirt at? And the flip-flops. Okay, where are his shoes? Where is bag with his lunch, his drinks? Why are we just talking about a phone and keys? He had other items. Where were his things at when he spent the night? What did he bring over there? Okay, so it's a lot of things that we can see that are missing. Javon took himself out of the mix earlier on. Yeah, he looked suspicious, and his mama too. Bunny, we ain't took him off the list though. Okay, we not taking him off the list. He was sniffing a lot. I clocked that too. I don't know if anybody else did. Now, why did he ask these boys that they not going to admit it if they did? You think they're going to say, oh, yeah, I did. I'm confused how nobody called Nolan on his phone and no one ever said they tried to call Nolan's phone when he was missing. Oops, Angel. But then on that call, did somebody say, I think he texted me, one girl say that? And they were trying to check his text and phone. Yeah, I want to know if he had a book bag. What did he take his stuff down there in? He didn't come empty-handed. No, where's his other stuff? It's a lot of things missing. I wonder if they had water. Yep. Right. Okay. So I'm going to pause that there. Now, I was telling y'all the other day that somebody came into my chat when we were talking about the press conference, okay? And some of y'all were witnesses to this. They dropped a name in my chat just out of the blue. We weren't even talking about no one. I definitely don't know these people, okay, whatsoever. So I was like, well, let me just write the name down and we'll see. I don't know if this is going to come up later on somewhere or what. So some other people said they also noticed the name being dropped. So I went back to my live because I wrote it in my notepad at work. And I went back to my live last night and I looked at the chat. Come back in a little bit. Okay. And I noticed that the name was still there. So I said, let me pull up this name. Who is this? Right. Well, when they dropped the name into my chat, they said that that person's voice is the first girl on the audio. So I'm like, wait a minute, because it does sound like two girls' voices. Now, I'm saying allegedly, like I said, I don't know these people, Harpo. I don't know these people. So I looked up the name last night. This person, her name is Brielle. Okay, but they put the first and last name in the chat. How does this person know this lady? I don't know. Okay, I don't know who it was. They probably under a troll page, but they dropped the name, first and last name in my chat. If you don't believe it, you could go back to the live the day of the press conference it was towards the end because we were just kind of talking through some things, right? So I looked up the person's name and it was a real person there from Ocean Springs. I say, now, wait a second. Hold up. Because y'all know I ain't looking for these people like that. I don't even know these people, right? Okay, a Mama Magazine. Right here. She was a witness. Okay, I think she was in there. Okay, MJ, have a great day, sis. Thank you for joining today. So I looked up, y'all know, once I looked them up, I start trying to see who are they connected to on Facebook. That kind of gives me a guide to kind of, get, it's not going to give you too much, but at least, baby, do you know this person? Well, a couple of connections that I noticed is she is friends with the Simpson man, the art man. So, and the daddy. Then she was friends with WH's real mom, his biological mother. Then, allegedly, when I was going under some comments, let me see, because I shared all of this last night with the members. Let me see. Allegedly, she's a cousin of WH's that could possibly have been there on the boat. Okay. Now, underneath one of her posts yesterday, somebody was wondering why she wasn't responding to comments. Baby, whoever this first person is, this is public, child, this on her page. They said she's in the audio. I said, hold up, because I know we ain't got somebody that done dropped the name and told us this, 2 days ago in my chat out the blue, because we weren't talking about this. I don't know, Harpo, who this lady is, okay? And they said she was the first voice in the audio. Now, they probably know people's voices and things like that, or know the person. Okay, so I didn't say anything. I didn't draw any attention to it. If you are a witness, let us know in the chat if you were on that live that day. Okay, so they're saying she's in the audio. That's why she hasn't commented on this. Then another person said, what are your thoughts on the audio that was released from everyone on the boat? I don't really see anyone talking about it or reporting it now that it's out. So I think that comment must have been first. Then the person on top, they must have responded to it. Okay, shout out to Emma for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Miss Christine was calling and they had the phone allegedly and did not answer. Oh yeah, they ain't gonna answer it. Baby, they not gonna answer their phone if they had that phone. So baby, this lady or a young girl, she's a realtor there in Ocean Springs. Okay, she knows these people. She is connected to these people. Now, yesterday, y'all told me go and listen to a new audio. I just be minding my business. Y'all told me go listen to this new audio. And in the audio, did somebody say Brielle, the new version? Because y'all, we got multiple versions where they clearing it up. Okay. In the new one where you can hear more of the background noise, someone said the name Brielle. I say, no, wait, is this a coincidence? Y'all, I'm just telling y'all we got here. I'm wondering, is it a coincidence that in that cleaned up audio, someone is saying Brielle? Then someone drops, okay, now this was before the video came, after they dropped the comment, because they dropped the comment the day of the conference. Wasn't that Friday? Was the press, because my days are mixed up. Was the press conference Thursday or Friday? That may have been Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, because today's Saturday. So Thursday, they dropped the comment first. Verb said, you know what I noticed last night? Your video you dropped talking about that paper. It's possible that it reveals one of the people from the audio. Wait, which paper? Which paper? Wait, which paper, sis? Let me know. Yeah, we did hear Will. Yes, sir. Okay, the highest point, Angel, we got some witnesses. Okay, we got some witnesses. Okay, Bro Jay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to find that and play it again so y'all can see what I'm talking about. The phone records is going to tell a lot, and I can't wait for it to be exposed, right? Okay, Rose says she heard it too. Irma says she thinks she heard it too, so I'm going to find it and play it for y'all. But what are the odds, y'all? Somebody came into my chat the other day. We were having a whole different conversation. And I didn't draw attention to it, but I wrote it down because I said this actually may have some meaning to it later on. So yesterday when y'all told me to go and listen to this audio, I said, okay, let me listen to the audio. Oh, wait a second. I saw the name pop up. I said, wait. Now, I know it couldn't have been because of that audio and people just dropping, talking about she's the first voice on the audio, just out the blue, a random like name. Come on now. Is it a coincidence? I just want to know what is going on. All of these people are connected. I just cannot believe it, y'all. All right, let me pull it up. Now I'm sharing this from Taylor House Publishing that has shared it on his channel.
Point, so we can pretty much point out what sounds like, you know, a clear murder cover-up. But just take a listen.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, shut the fuck up! What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. What? Yeah. Reach me at 2.
Wait a second, what? Wait a minute. So when I saw this yesterday, and I even told the people in the chat, I said, do y'all see that? Okay, shout out to the highest point for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, sis, and thank you for being a sponsor. So welcome everyone that received a gifted membership. Shout out to the highest point. Make sure y'all tell that queen thank you. I appreciate all of your support. You now have access to exclusive open book member benefits. Okay, you were already family, but now you are a member. So y'all, that was scary to me because I didn't even know about this audio. I knew about the name being dropped in my chat on that Thursday. When I saw this video yesterday that everyone was telling me about, I saw that name, I made a connection, and I didn't still even go into it yesterday. Last night, I decided to see, I had to go back because I wanted to get the last name. I went back to my own live, looked at the chat replay. I was then able to get the name from my chat because I said, let me look to see if this is actually a real person. Okay, right. Somebody said, stop talking to me. Okay, me too, Verb. Look, I'm going to be honest on this one. It's like too much. It's giving like more info, you know, and stuff like that, that I'm still trying to process and see if it's real on that and so forth. However, this part stood out to me because I knew what had happened in my chat. And I said, well, what are the odds that someone dropped that name the day before? Now we're seeing a whole audio and there's this name popping up. Is that a real person? It wasn't until last night I looked more into it. It indeed is a real person that is in Ocean Springs and connected to some of these other people. What are the odds, y'all? Like serious business. I'm not saying all of this is true on this call and so forth, but it's, y'all, it's just so, it was so weird. I'm gonna let y'all hear the rest of it. I'm like, oh my goodness. So let's keep going.
What? Yeah, everybody's off the way.
And I wanted y'all to hear her voice too. I'm gonna look for the video and play a video of just her voice, okay? Because she responded saying what right here.
Reach me at 2. What? Yeah, everybody's off the way. What? No, we do not need that. Let me get a look. Will.
Click here to make your very own monster on Adapted Mind, where
No, I know that we play Chronicle Speaks. Yes. This, y'all, is another one giving more of the audio in the background. So I know which one y'all talking about. That's why this one is sounding like that. So it's like we have the full one, then the separated version, Chronicle Speaks, and the other lady, they did that one. This one, they said separated and was able to hear even more. So this one is a different one. But I know the one y'all talking about, but that's why this one is a little harder to hear as well. Like I said, I'm just playing it. I'm not putting my stamp on it because I really don't know what this is. But I just found that part odd because I had seen the name being dropped in my chat the day before. So I wanted to look more into that person's name. As far as the audio and the things being said, I don't know. But that's why this one is sounding like that. Shout out to Rose. Welcome to the Open Book members. You were already family, but now you are a member. Okay, thank you so much. There was someone else but making a call so they can set to head that way and then call off the rescue after the evidence of Nolan was gone. Yeah, these times are wicked, right? Yeah, someone did say that in this audio. I don't know who said that allegedly. Okay, modern day Uber space. Jessica Fletcher. If you ever do a secondary page, name it Ernest. She wrote, reloaded. That fake alibi call going to cost them all. Ooh, you better say it again. It sounds like they're saying bro and saying Nolan. Is there? Yes, it is a clearer version. But in that other one, y'all, some of the things being said in this one, it didn't pick some of this up. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a different call. That because I was confused yesterday too.
Hey, North. All right, are you ready? North, 30 degrees. 46.72. Sorry, look. Hey, what do I need to send you? Yeah, what? Yeah, we do not have the VHS radio. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we are at Horn Island. Yes. If we were sinking, yes.
Someone was afraid to be moved.
Oh, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou launch. No, there's no children. Hey, boys, stop in the water. Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Hold on. Take out of here. Take out of here. Hello. Take it out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board. No. Nobody here is over the age of 21. Hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-oh, 8.
Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull. Okay, thanks.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
Okay, I'm going to pause that there and stop it there. Now, I want to play audio only of her voice, okay? The Brielle girl's voice. Now, I want y'all to listen to see. Now, we ain't got no voice matchup, but if it sounds anything similar to what's on the video. She's talking about something else here in this video, though.
Thursday, I'm doing a video, but of course, Christina's not here with me because I'm in class in Mobile, so she can't be here with me. But we were challenged to make a video that has to do with questions that buyers have and a solution for them. So, of course, Christine isn't here with me to show our outfits. I'm going to talk about storage and closets, and this goes for laundry rooms and pantries as well. But a lot of times walking into a house with a buyer, you see a cluttered closet or a cluttered pantry or even a laundry room. It's very rare that you come and you see a put together one. And not that it has to be anything special, but I do recommend putting your stuff in clear bins if you have to, or bins that match where you can't see what's in it, or in your pantry, just group similar items together.
So that's just a sample of her voice. I know it's going to be hard. Y'all, the closed captions was on the video. Y'all didn't see it at the bottom? It was telling what they were saying on the closed caption. I believe it said throw them. You know what? I don't know. That part was hard for me to make out. I ain't going to even say if that was what was said for sure. Okay, Mama Magazine said it sounds a little similar. Okay. Then Wyatt pulled the plug in his interview. Yes. The no caps in their names is purposely done. Okay, come on now. Let's see. Yes, I saw it. Dispatch heard everything we hear on the call. I think it's safe to say the time frame between 3:30 and 4:45 is when those involved engage with Nolan on land, and then on the boat from there, the suspects and boats have to be tracked. Yeah, and then they need to track the third boat too. Although it may have left earlier, did they track it as well? Okay. He ain't never seen. You don't think so? Oh Lord. Which is why I believe they were at the loading dock, because there's a pool there and a wall between the pool and loading dock. Oh, hey, Irma, that's a good point from that video when they were getting on. That's a very good point. Okay. Right, Lena, that's what I'm saying. It's so many audios now, y'all. Oh my gosh. What stood out, the purpose of me even pulling that up, I'm not going to say it's fake or nothing like that. I'm just not putting my stamp on it, like for sure on that one yet. Is that name, okay? Being that they had dropped a name the day before, and that is a real person. They put the first and last name and said that her voice. Now, her people in that town know her voice, okay? And they could have possibly been one of the people on the boat. I don't know. But why did they say she is the first voice in that audio? And that is a real person. So then when we got to that video, then I keyed in on yesterday, seeing her name down below, because it was showing what they were kind of saying. I say, wait a minute, is that a coincidence? So I don't know. The sauce has a great breakdown, debunking a lot of the lies. Oh, okay, Patrice, thank you so much. I have to check her out. Oh, the grand jury meeting is in October. What? That is a long time from now. Okay. Wow. All right. So last but not least, y'all, I wanted to tap into some of Tabitha Brown's video that she did yesterday with her husband, Chance. And they were talking about the Nolan Wells case and how we're tired. Okay. And how just different things pertaining to how Blacks are feeling now and just some of the things that have been happening with this case. So I wanted us to tap into some of her video. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free.
In front of the camera and having this conversation, but also understanding why people think that me and my wife and our household are the ones that need to have this conversation. I get it because I get it. I get it. We have a reach that the average person doesn't have. But I just wanted to give you some insight on why you may see the hesitation, and because as level-minded as we are about relationship, our goals for our family, not putting out bad narratives, we still human, and I'm raising my kids in this world, and
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no editor, no tech skills, just Riverside.
I know what I'm capable of, and I know the impact that we have.
So with everything you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to see how you got to be mindful and restrained.
Yeah. And I
ain't nobody else got to do that.
Ain't nobody else having
right?
to do that.
So even the freedom to just be and exist still for us comes with like, oh, we want to be respectful. We want, it comes with some type of almost like a stipulation.
It's
right?
a responsibility.
It is a responsibility.
It's a responsibility that it shouldn't just be.
Yes, y'all, we have the clear audio. What I want y'all to understand is that is a different version. So it is a little more staticky. We've even listened to the clearer one. Okay. That's a different one with more info on it, is what I was saying. Yes. Okay. That's the only reason I was playing that one. I know it had a lot of static, but I was playing it to show y'all the name that was popping up in that particular audio. Yes. But thank y'all. Let's see. Don't buy into that Black fatigue cliche. Others are always trying to define our culture, which is American culture, the real Americans. Okay. The grand jury meets once a month or every 3 months. So, of course, they will go with the longer duration. Because I heard there in Mississippi, they meet once a month. Shout out to Lele Go Harder for the jewels. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you for being a sponsor. Yes, y'all. I hear it's once a month there in Mississippi. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what they stated. And some meet every 3 months, right? So the thing of it is, though, what will be the holdup, if there is when the police will close the case, because there are certain things that they have to then present to the grand jury from the police investigation, toxicology, autopsy. It's a whole lot of different things that they take. We talked about it yesterday, some of those things that they take to the grand jury. So if y'all didn't watch that live on yesterday, that was actually at the beginning of that live, kind of broke down what the grand jury will decide and so forth. Okay, so yeah, the police will have to close the case as well, so they can gather all of their notes, evidence that they've collected. So it matters how in depth they go with the investigation part. Yes, and how thorough does she go with this autopsy? Did they get a toxicology? Also, there's a fake toxicology report going around, just like with the Carmelo Anthony, they had one going around in Austin. Okay, so y'all be careful on some of the things that y'all are seeing, because there is a fake toxicology report going around. Okay, y'all know how people do, so they're already starting that mess. Okay, in my city, people get indicted in a matter of days. Amazing. It's once a month. Okay, right. So that's a delay in itself. But hey, we have August. Today is August 1st. They can get started on it this month. Okay. How much do y'all have so far? Do y'all have enough to go before the grand jury in August? Because, child, we shouldn't have to wait to October. Okay? We should not have to wait that long.
Be hours alone, but it feels like we're alone. And
Right.
it creates more frustration for me.
And I understand it, but that because I feel like, you know, this world, unfortunately, that we live in was not created to make us comfortable. But it's past time to make other people uncomfortable. It's past time for that. The fear we live in, other people should have to live in the same fear. Do you understand? Like, I love everybody. And I desire to spread love.
And it could have been peace. But they didn't want to share the peace. But we're going to share the fear, is what you're getting at. The fear is supposed to be shared. One of them got to be shared.
If it's supposed to be love, peace, and happiness for all, which is what I believe, then that fear going to need to be respected and shared, right? So something got to give. You should be deathly afraid to mess with our children. You should be deathly afraid to mess with our children. Just like we have had to be deathly afraid to raise Black children, to be Black in certain spaces. That fear that we have had to live with for hundreds of years. Somebody else should have to start feeling that fear. Because I'm tired. And I'm like, I choose joy every day. I choose light. I choose love. I choose peace until I don't.
Hey, that thing is deep. There for a second. And I'm glad that Tabitha Brown is using her platform. She has a huge platforms, right? And a variety of people, different diverse groups of people value her thoughts and opinions on this, and that she's speaking out on this as well. More and more celebrities are starting to speak out about it. The night of the 4th at 12:30 is technically the 5th, right? Yep, it is. Shout out to Karen Michelle. She said shows the spirit moved her to volunteer her talent. Yes, right, Karen Michelle, and thank you, sis. Okay. They aren't afraid. We are scared of police officers and etc. Right, exactly. Because I know even me, when I have all of my paperwork, license, and everything, y'all, if I get pulled over, I just literally start shaking. Okay, because I'm like, you never know how a traffic stop is going to go at this point. It's crazy work. You never know how a traffic stop is going to go. There are people that have complied that have lost their lives. It's so unfortunate. And so it is starting to happen more and more. And we're seeing these situations, you know, with the Black boys and kids and so forth. And so shout out to Tabitha Brown, okay, for calling it out. I shared a short the other day where she was talking about it and really like, hey, look, like she was giving you that mama talk that day, like enough is enough. And that's what I was saying yesterday. You get tired of playing with these kids. Okay, you got to get into mama mode because some of this is games to them. How far can they go? How much can I get away with? We've heard in that audio somebody allegedly saying, well, can we cover it up? Is that your go-to? Can we cover it up? Even if it's an accident, you should want to find out what happened or get some type of help. But are we used to? Because that makes me wonder, How many times has this happened? Being that also WH said in that interview talking about, oh yeah, people die at Horns Island all the time. Who said that? Okay, wait, because it's not a lot that's publicly known. It's not a lot of people publicly. So what else? Who are the bodies, or which other bodies are there at Horns Island is what we want to know when you making statements like that. Okay, I want to know. That's something to think about. They need to go and look. Okay, come on, Rose. If we're publicly looking that information up, and we don't see a whole lot of deaths, maybe I think it's like 2 that are publicly coming up. Okay, for him to say people die there all the time, it makes you wonder, do they need to go and search that water there to see if some other people's bodies are underneath that water? Because this type of thing, y'all, I have never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen the boldness of it all. People talking about cover-ups. You got this one connected to this one connected to that one. It is crazy work. I just cannot believe it. Okay, let me see what other video I wanted to show y'all before we get off. Let's see here. I think that was it for now. Oh, no, it's this one girl. Let me find it right quick. I knew it was somebody else. I'm glad I wrote her name down. Hold on. Because, y'all, she wrote this thing down. Let me find her video. And she said that they're trying to mess with her TikTok videos. So now she's like doing a lot more videos on IG. So I'm going to bring up the IG video. Okay, because she broke this down too before we get on. Just a thought.
Names, but W is going to be the person to the right. This video, he explains exactly what was wrong with the boat, and it wasn't caused by a random billiage pump issue. Bilage, however you say it. Another thing is that the jump from when he last saw No to when they were yelling, get on the boat, you're missing a big piece of what made everybody run to the boat. W also admits that the boy's name who writes with Smart started yelling at No. He also admits that throughout the day, they were all picking on No for being with that girl. And the moment, W says, the moment that girl and No sit in front of Smart's boat, Smart starts yelling at him all of a sudden out of nowhere, get on the boat. Boat wasn't having a bilage pump or bilge pump issue. Says verbatim, we have an issue where we have finally trimmed down the boat and got it on the right plane. That they all moved to one side of the boat. When you trim down the motor to get it on the right plane, that means that you drop the bow. This is how you are supposed to get the actual boat from being completely still to speed fast. That they left the trim down when trying to accelerate off the island at a very fast speed, and this is what blew the bilage pump. If the trim is not up when you try to take down, it causes water to back up in the billiage. The trim is left up, the bow shoots high into the air during acceleration, forcing all loose bilage water to rush to the very back of the hull. This is why they all tried to do the emergency mover where they move forward. This traps water in the boat and specifically at the bilage pump. Did an emergency remover that everyone knows about, and this fucked up the bilage pump and it started to take on water. Bilage pump wasn't an issue until they made it a quarter mile offshore, like he said, at 40 miles per hour, because they didn't take the emergency brake and the maneuver that they used to try to get the bow back up fucked everything up on the boat. Question is, what type of panic or event ensued that y'all were moving so fast, the boys who've known boats since they were children, that y'all forgot to do the simplest thing when trying to accelerate from a stop on a boat that everyone everyone knows when you're speeding, like they said, at 40 miles per hour. So something happened to cause enough chaos for them to fuck that up, is my point. I'm not going to say any names, but W was going to be the person.
So basically, can y'all hear me? It seemed like it was freezing at one point. So basically, she was trying to break down how them hurrying up, getting out of there could have possibly been what caused the bilge pump to actually mess up. Because, okay, y'all heard it. Okay. Because I started thinking about that too. If you were on a boat that was already looking like it was sinking, why would you get on the boat and leave the safety of other boats that would have been around? I could see this making more sense that they were hurrying up, getting out of there. Okay. When he said that his buddy was telling Nolan to get on the boat, like he was demanding he get on the boat, then we thinking, okay, why would Nolan want to get on a boat that's already sinking? No, something must have happened, like she stated, in my opinion. And then as they were rushing, speeding, it messed up something. So that's the whole thing that she was breaking down. And I never knew that because something made them, and even the officer asked him that question. Why did y'all hurry up and get up out of there? He really did not give a clear answer to that question. What was so important that y'all had to hurry up and get out of Dodge? So by them rushing, is that where the problem then came in to play? Not the problem was already there, and then they getting onto a boat sinking, want Nolan to get on the boat sinking, and then they get out of there in the sinking boat, and then you got to pull over, and then you got to get someone to tow you. Like, that wouldn't have made sense. You were around a lot of boats as it is. Now, this makes even more sense that because y'all forgot something and rushing to get up out of there, what was so urgent? That part. That thing really, it makes sense. Running from the scene of the crime, they were scared. And when you are in chaos, you make mistakes, right? Because remember, they say they go there all the time. WH is like, we go there all the time. We've been doing this. Okay, all of that. Allegedly, the grandpa owns a boat place. Yeah. Let's see here. Right, I am that somebody. But the thing of it is, two things could be true at the same time. They could have very well had a boat issue. But with what they did, though, is that what caused the boat issue if they were rushing? And her name is Aja Hall H. Okay, on IG. If y'all want to go back and listen to that again, because that was a good breakdown. I had never thought about it like that, because that would make sense. Why would you get on a boat seeing that water was up high, coming up into the boat? You like to say, oh, well, the boat already in trouble. Let me get in it and try to get it back. And y'all got to go a whole hour and something to get back. It wasn't like it was just down the pier. No, you wouldn't have wanted to get on a boat that already had issues. You would have called for help there. No, y'all were trying to get away, get up out of there, and made a mistake. And then when they got a little further out, that's when they had the boat issues. That made sense. Okay, I'm gonna say allegedly. That's because they needed to look like a drowning, allegedly, right? They are protecting 20 to 40 college students who were on those boats. The 4 boats was the Tide Line, 24 people on it. Remember, Wyatt had 2 boats, and the Simpson had a boat. I thought it was 3 boats. He said 20 to 30 across 3 boats. No one is talking about the police chasing 3 boats and they caught 1. Now, where was that info? Because I see that in the chat sometimes, but where was that info? I missed that part. It is what it is. They needed him in the water before he died to get water in the lungs. Bunny said, I just thought about, did the suspects, aka dummies, not aka dummies, thought taking a sinking boat, Nolan drowned on a sinking boat, but then Grandpa said, hell to the no. Grandpa said, get my boat back here, boy. What if Nolan got on the Hey, a Mama Magazine. Hey, I'm telling you, I believe at one point he was on that boat. Notice that in all of their proof, they never took a picture of that boat. Also, we still stuck on how did Katie and Javon get back. Okay, because Jalen, I think, had already left out on that Palm Beach. It was about 4 boys or guys on that boat. Okay, he put in his post that he left his blood brother, Javon, and Nolan on that water. So, did Javon take a ride in the Simpson Man boat back too? Okay, I'm just trying to understand who did he ride back with? Because they all started, hey, they all started at the same pier. Okay. The guy said Nolan helped someone's wife on her boat. You think the husband might have got mad and did something? I think, but that seemed like a nice compliment. I don't think that person was mad. I think it was a lot of fights taking place though, because I didn't know Nolan's younger brother had also gotten into a fight and said that he said when his brother got into a fight, then Nolan's younger brother, not Nolan, WH, Lord, not Nolan. Okay. WH, younger brother, got into a fight. Okay. He got into a fight and put the guy into an arm bar. Okay. So I didn't really even know about that. So you got that fight, you got Trayston's fight. Now, look, is that who Trayston's fight was with? I mean, it's a lot of different fights that were happening on this island. Everybody told Mello 15 times to leave the tent. Who counted? Come on now. Okay, 15. Right. Just like these, everybody here is stuck on 3 p.m. Not 3:01, not 3:15, 3 o'clock. Oh, okay. They rushed because there was a fight and they had to get Nolan body out of there. I think Dumbo done confessed to his dad, and that's why he put up reward money, hoping someone else tells what happened. Oops. They all ended up on the Simpsons boat. Oops. Uh-oh, my Lord. And they claimed Nolan was so wasted. How could he help someone on a boat? Oh, I'm telling you. Okay. And remember the coach. Okay. His mom, Christine, just said a coach told her that he saw Nolan about to something. And he was fine. He was talking about his future, what he wanted to do, and different things like that. And Nolan was okay. So what's up with that? Because I believe the palm is part of the crime scene. Uh-oh. They need to check it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. Even though Simpson used to date Katie, jealousy of Nolan and his ex could have caused anger because WH and Trayston both said something slick about Katie. Yeah, that part was very noticeable that they had an issue with Nolan and the whole Katie situation. For all these boys to bring that up, they were definitely peeping that. And I don't know if that was some type of jealousy there, because for them to both talk about seeing Nolan with Katie, like that bothered them. The fights were the distractions was to get the body out of there. Taterhead and the YT guys are just shifting the narrative again. Yeah, it's crazy work, y'all. This thing here has so many shifts. It's like a roller coaster. Okay. But I'm going to pause there for this live. Thank you all so much for tapping in on today. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It is for free. Special shout out to the mods in the building today. Also, special shout out to today's sponsors. Look, I didn't even play my little siren. Okay, for all of these sponsors. I ain't never ready with it, child. Let me pull that up. I gotta get ready. All right, we got Life as Nikisha. Grandma of 5, Patrice, Mama Magazine, Rose, Patrice multiple times, Kit Kat, Shamika, Karen multiple times. Let's see. Who else? Dwayne, Caramel Shell, that one, Caramel Shell multiple times. Irma, the highest point, gifted 5 memberships. Welcome as a new member, Rose. Lele, go harder. Thank you, ladies, so much for being a sponsor for today's live. I really appreciate it. YouTuber, allegedly the whole island was in chaos. Right? Like, I wouldn't want to be there. It's too many, it's too ghetto. Y'all in ghetto-fied Horn Island. Okay. Y'all fight on the 4th, and now y'all gave me some new homework. I'm about to go and see if there was some type of event there for the weekend before. Okay, because we got to see, did he have a proper alibi? Because if we find that out, we'll know if he was indeed at a pool party on the 4th. Okay, if there was another event he was supposed to attend the weekend before that. See, y'all clocking stuff. I'm telling you, the truth is going to come out, even if it don't come out through them. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay. Shout out to y'all. So it is still justice for Nolan Wells. We are praying that the truth be revealed. You know, also keep his family lifted in prayer as they are fighting to get to the bottom of things. I believe his mom said, or Ben Crump said, that this upcoming week, the DA has scheduled a meeting with his parents. Okay. So I don't know what that meeting is going to consist of. But we pray that they'll get some answers. Hopefully they will release at least to the family. Okay. That they will release his autopsy results. You would get a lot of answers. Right, Darlene? Yeah. Justice for Nolan. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a great day, great weekend. I'm about to get some things started here in my household. Need to do a little cleaning, okay, and everything. But I thank you all so much for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. It is for free. Don't forget to hype up the video, subscribe, and hit that bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. I think the YT parents are testing lies, and Tatum is floating them into the atmosphere, like lies about Nolan using substances and messing around with Katie in the water. Planting seeds. Right. I am that somebody. Yeah. Don't get distracted. Okay. Don't get distracted. Stay on the task at hand. Thank you all so much, and y'all have a blessed Saturday.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.